Welcome to Rauta. Welcome to the series of going through my record collection. I'm Jerry, and this time we'll go through the letter B in the second episode of this series. As of late, what I mentioned in the first episode is that I've been going through my CD collection, basically an album a day past, few weeks, few months actually, after the daily review albums and all. And this time I'm going through the letter B, which is less than letter A and even less so surprises. I think a lot of you who have been following the channel for quite some time already know what are the three big B's in my record collection, some of my favorite bands. But I'm not gonna just say it out loud right now, you will find out. As always, let's go in alphabetical order. I'm not gonna go into details of any given albums because that kind of makes no sense. This video would take a lot of time. I'm more like showing you what I have and explaining why I have them and what the style is. First and foremost, we'll start with Biased. I don't know why I have actually only one album by them in my collection. Maybe the others are not that good, but Dance Macabre, this is in my opinion A-class Danish death metal. Very new band, but also very, very talented. Seen them live twice and I liked all of their albums. Definitely a good band to have. Then comes a really weird album you didn't expect to have. Baldur's Gate 2 soundtrack. As you can see, there's a bonus disc. I got this back in the late 90s, it might have been, when the game Shadows of On came out. On the other side, I have Icewind Dale soundtrack. Yes, I'm a soundtrack fan, and as such it has place. But as you can see, it's not in the gaming box. It's right there in one of those double CD cases. Then an ambient band, which I have three albums. Band of Pain, one of the Sacred Flesh movie soundtrack. One is Reculver, and then Que Amica. And this is a curious case because this is in fact dark ambient. Not the most minimalist kind of stuff, but something that I really started to like back in the days, say some more than 20 years ago. And at least I think the Sacred Flesh one was one of the first one. It's dark music, it's somewhat synthesizer done, but it's good. It's very minimalistic, but not in terms of dark ambient, that is. Good music if you like dark ambient to begin with, but not my favorite. Then one of the first B's, this needs no introduction, is Bathory. So of course, coming from the start, you have the black metal ones. I have a couple of Jubileum ones. These have some of the tracks which the albums don't have. Like Burning Leather, one of the best Bathory tracks of all time. These are mandatory, even if there are lots of overlapping. Then of course, Nordland albums and The Return, Twilight of the Gods. So I guess it's kind of a given. Bathory is one of my all-time favorites throughout the years. It's given I need to have Bathory. I have even on vinyl because the cover art and all. Not that I really need for them listening. But yeah, it's one of the big B's. And as such not making impact. Of course, yeah, this one also. Then something that people really disagree with me on is the other Batushka. This is the so-called false one, but I like this one more than the original one. And I rated this great when it came out, and I still like it a lot. Feel free to disagree and hate, but I like it, honestly. A curious death metal band which is rather peculiar is Becerus, Homo Homini Brutus. A good death metal, one of the more modern ages. Then curiously, my favorite Beherit album, Engram. It's still kind of a raw end of black metal I like a lot, but people will be like, why on earth there is no debut album or whatever, but yeah, that's my thing. Then I have a couple of Behexen ones. Probably should have more than that, but these are the only ones that I, for some reason, have gotten to my collection. By the blessing of Satan and whatever this other is, I don't even remember. Nightside Emanations. No, this is not that one. Anyway, Behexen is a band which basically I could have all the albums, but for some reason I don't. Well, sometimes I have just forgotten to fill my compilation. Benediction, a band that always kind of escaped my attention, but when this came out, Scriptures, I just felt like it's gonna go to my collection, and maybe some point I will check out all the previous albums and maybe I will at them, but I haven't had the time yet. Both Black Beast albums, top ass quality from Finland in terms of black metal. Then there are albums that I don't even remember. What the hell was this? God damn it. Black Scene? What the fuck? Anyway, this is a good black metal album, but I was like, I recently went through it, and how come I still have it? Bloodhen, a new school of Nordic black metal. Good one. Then a couple of single albums here and there. This is also a band that I should totally go deeper into. Bloodbox, top-notch, dark ambient. I don't know why I have only that one. Bloodhammer, raw black metal from Finland. Their best album so far. Bloodshed Valhalla. This is a kind of a CDR promo. I should have replaced this with an old real album. This is one of the best Bathory worship bands ever from Italy. I don't know why I never got to replace it with the real copy, but it is what it is. Then my only Body Count album is here. Carnivore, which I got as a review copy a few years ago, and much like the Benediction one, it sparked my attention. Like, I should totally get the other albums as well, but for some reason I haven't had the time, for some reason being all the review works. The other big B in my one of my other favorite bands is of course Bolt Thrower. So my favorite album for Victory as a double feature. This one has the secondary CD underneath. Then of course all the other albums as well by Bolt Thrower. I mean, it's mandatory listen. This was the first death metal album I ever heard back in the early 90s. 1991, 1990, something like that. And the rest, of course. Even this one, which some people say this is not an official release, should not be included. But there's some tracks which are not on the album, so it's a must. And then, of course, you will figure out what is the last third big B. None of these. But the Void is pretty cool, modern black metal, very dark. Something that I liked when it came out. Then Brujeria. This is so far my favorite album by them, Poco Atlan. Pocho Atlan, I guess. And of course, everybody knows what the last big B is. It's, of course, Burzum. And these are the only Burzum I need. So basically, the old ones, of course, you know, the ones that count. But also the other good ones, which are like Fallen and Belus. So, three big Bs dominate most of my B. Bolt Thrower, Burzum, and Bathory. Not in that order. If I had to pick one, that would be a fierce combat between Bathory and Bolt Thrower. I really don't know the answer. Burzum would be the number 3. So, kind of a boring letter B in my opinion. I mean, it's like 1/3 or almost like 1/2 of my Bs is just made of those 3 bands. And the rest, well, there are probably lots of black whatever bands out there, but I got rid of something that I didn't actually need that much, which I didn't like that much anymore. But yeah, this is how it is when I've been trimming down the fat, and probably it needs even more trimming in the future. Here it is. Next episode, we have a letter C, and you can already start guessing what C's I have more than 1 or 2 copies. I can reveal there are more than one band that I have multiple letter C ones. But what it is, let's find out in a few weeks when the next episode is out. Currently at CA, so it will take some time. But we'll see about that later on. Do I miss something that I should have in the letter B? Let me know. Bye bye.